everybody. In the first video of this series we looked at this simple basic battery tester, and this is good enough just for having some basic information regarding your battery or the alternator state. Today I want to show you a step up, and that would be actual battery in charge system analyzer. So this unit is made by Konnwei. This company is based in China. What they do mainly, they do automotive scanners and stuff like that, electronics basically. So let's see what's inside and let's try this unit and see how it works. I want to say that I paid about 35 bucks for this device. Considering I'm a do-it-yourself mechanic, I don't think it's a lot of money for what is offering, or at least what is offering in the description. I haven't tried it yet, so that would be an interesting time to actually try it together. Okay, so as you see, the unit comes in this little pouch, which is pretty convenient because it's nicely stored. And so let's see what's inside. Alright, so we've got the unit itself. Okay, we've got a manual. Okay, and we got a USB cable. Alright, so down here says that this is a battery system tester. The model is KW600 and the voltage range is 8 to 16 volts DC. Alright, so that's what's included in the kit. So there's an instruction. So basically what it says, that we can measure any batteries or majority of the world battery standards. So we can use cold crank amps and all kind of different standards. It supports multi-language. Okay, and the main thing, we can actually upload recorded data to the computer and we can print it out. And I think that was one of the main things why I decided to buy this little analyzer. So looks like the work is pretty simple. There's not much to it. Okay, so this is all the instructions. Starts with settings. You can test the screen apparently. So you can test, yes, you can do a screen test, make sure it works, and also you can test all the keys. Okay, and you can do battery test in vehicle or out of the vehicle. So obviously out of the vehicle it's just gonna do the cold crank amps, but in the vehicle you can do a battery test, you can do a cranking test, and you can do a charging test. So that gives you the whole picture of your charging system and the battery health. Alright, and this scanner has a nice kind of interface, has an LED screen, and you can see it shows you all the data regarding the battery. Okay, so that's all the description, and at the end, after you're done testing, we're supposed to have a graph like this, which you can upload into the computer, and also you can print it. So in here in the graph, and this is obviously testing the battery in the car, so you have a discharge voltage, so before the ignition, then you can turn the ignition on, you start the car, so it gives you a starting voltage and goes up, and then it gives you a charging voltage. So that's, like I said, pretty much gives you the whole picture of your battery health and also your charging system health. Alright, so I think that's all regarding that. Okay, now what also I wanted to say is that we have the ability to upgrade or update the software that's uploaded in this little device. For that, we're gonna have to connect to Konnwei website so we can update the software, and also we need to download and install a small program called BT Link. I already read the instructions and I found the name, so that's the name of the program, BT Link. So to be able to upload the data from the scanner into our computer. So out of the vehicle test, I have a bunch of batteries to use for this test. So before we start testing, I thought that I'm gonna try and test using my old battery tester just to see what state these batteries are in. Okay, this one's full. This one, it says full charge. And this one is full charge. Okay, so according to this tester, all our batteries are in good condition. So now I'm gonna connect this analyzer and we're gonna start with the first battery. So that's a motorcycle battery. I think the last time this battery was running was probably 15 years ago. So let's connect this minus to minus, plus to this. All right, so before we do all that, let's run through the menu. So we have 6 icons. First one is the check, second waveform, review, print, setup, and about. So let's run through the setup and see what's in a setup. So obviously, first we can select the language, and this scanner has a bunch of languages. I don't know, this one's probably Korean, Chinese. I'm not gonna guarantee that. Then we have English, French, Spain, German. Then we have Russian, another Chinese, I guess, Italian, Portuguese, Polish, Dutch. And I think that's it. So the language that we need to select is English. So we're gonna select the language, we press enter. Second option is turn off or on the beep. I'm just gonna leave it as on. And the last option is the device test. So in here we have 2 tests. First is a screen test, and second one is the key test. So by keys, I think they mean the buttons. So let's try and do the screen test. Okay, so obviously, because the screen is a color, so it does this test showing if there's any faults on the screen, but the screen looks fine. So we exited that. Now we're gonna go to the key test, enter. I guess now I just need to press the buttons. So up, down, enter, exit. So all buttons function as they should. So let's exit it. Okay, so we exited, exit again, exit again. So now we're back to the main screen. Let's go and see about. Okay, so that shows the software version, hardware version, and the serial number of this device. Okay, so we had set up, print. Obviously we need to have something to print. Review, waveform, we're gonna talk about this later. Well, let's go straight into the check menu. Okay, so it says we need to check the connection. Okay, so connection, enter. And here we have two options. Either we do in-vehicle or out-of-vehicle test. So obviously we need to select out-of-vehicle test. And here we have a bunch of different types batteries. So we have regular flooded, AGM flat plate, AGM spiral, gel, and EFB technology battery. Let's see what anything else. No. So obviously we need to select regular flooded. All right. And now here we have a bunch of different standards that these batteries are made for. So depending where you live on what the battery you have, in North America most common is the cold cranking amps test. So I suspect parameters are pretty much the same, except they testing in different conditions. Therefore the readings and the way the test is performed is different. So we need to select particular one. So I checked the documentation for this battery and I know that it has 400 and the test is done on the CCA. So we select CCA. Okay, and now we need to select 400. So bring it down to 400. Okay, and we all set to start the test and we press enter. And this is the result. So what it says, the battery is in good health. So SOH stands for state of health. Okay, we have rating 400 amps, cold cranking, and the actual battery shows being able to provide 520. The resistance is 5.8 and the voltage is 12.89 volt. So now we looked at the state of charge and state of charge shows under 98%. All right, so that's for the small battery. Okay, now we can check same way the other batteries. Just make sure we connect to the right pole. All right, and we're gonna go check out of vehicle, regular flooded. And here, this is what I was talking about. If you look on the label right here, it says 550 cold cranking amps under the SAE standard, and in European standard it's actually 440 amps. So the right differences, so you need to pay attention how these batteries are rated. Okay, check out of vehicle, regular flooded. Let's do it on the EN, and we have 440 on the EN, enter. And currently what it shows to this battery, that state of charge, state of health is 31%, and it's recommending to replace the battery, and state of charge is 98%. And I can tell that this battery about 6 years old, and it was bought with the car initially, and it's been sitting for a while, so I think there's some maintenance to be done on the battery, and see if we can restore the battery. Alright, so we're exiting this, and now I'm gonna test the big battery. So make sure that we connect to the right pole. Okay, so check, out of vehicle, regular flooded, and this battery has 900 cold cranking amps. Okay, and enter. What I want to note is that the tester is lightning fast. It's testing like it takes a second or two and you get your results. So what it shows us that the state of health is 100% and state of charge is 98%, and this is a good battery. And down below, under the available cold cranking amps, the standard as we entered is 900 amps, and cold cranking amps available is 969. Okay, I think that's it in terms of testing, so we're gonna exit and we're just gonna go to the waveform. I don't think the waveform it's useful in static position when you have the battery out, but we're just gonna check and see what it does. In this particular case, it's pretty much just shows us the voltage, but since nothing is changing, it just constant voltage, that's what it shows in here. So to do the waveform, we need to put the battery in the car, start the car, and through the whole process of starting and running, we can analyze how the voltage in the car behaves. So we can exit that. Okay, and we can disconnect. Now we can do a test of a battery and the charging system in the car. So I found the model of the battery, it's written right here, and based on this model I found that this battery is rated at 620 cold cranking amps. Even though the battery is made in Japan, this is a Panasonic battery. Let's grab this. So the plus over here and the minus or negative is gonna be over here. All right, not sure if you guys can see well because of the sun, but anyway, so we're gonna start the check battery in vehicle, and we're gonna run a battery test. So it tells us that check the surface charge, turn lights on, take headlights for about 10 seconds, turn the lights off. So 10 seconds, 1, 2, 9, 10. The lights are off. Press enter. It's a regular flooded cold cranking amps, and we're gonna set it up to 620. Enter. And what it shows us, the state of health is 15%, and this is true because I did buy this battery on the junkyard, and state of charge is 11%. All right, and state of health 15. All right, anyway, so that's the case. We know that the battery is garbage, so we can exit it. Now we're gonna go check in car, and we're gonna do a cranking test. and it's testing. So what it tells us that the time is 3700 milliseconds, cranking normal, and the drop in a voltage is 9.7. Okay, we can exit, and then we're gonna go and do a charging test. Now down here it shows us the ripples. Now it's asking us to increase to 2500 RPM for 5 seconds. And it tells us that loaded we're getting 13.95, unloaded 14.17. The ripple is close to 200 millivolts, and charging is normal. So we can exit this, and now we can try and do the waveform. So it's just recording. So now if we shut off the car, and it stopped because there's no changes in the voltage. So now if we start, and that gives us a graph. Okay, and so we can exit this. So now if you want to review, we can review the waveform. Alright, so that's the test. Now we can go upstairs and see how we can download and print the results. I'm back in the house, and I grabbed the cable. So we're supposed to plug this cable on the bottom of the unit. Okay, and plug the cable into the computer. Okay, so the unit turns on, and those are the only options available. So let's see on the setup. No, nothing. Okay, so we can leave it for now like that, and let's go and find the software in the back of the manual right here. So it tells us to go to the Konnwei.com website and download the software BT Link, and using the software we can also update the software, and also using this software we can upload the test results. Alright, so let's go to the website. and we're gonna type www Konnwei.com. Okay, and we see there's this website, and you can see the reason why this little device is so useful, because these people, they are heavily into engine diagnostics and building all kind of diagnostic equipment. So I assume we need to go to system upgrade. Yeah, and right here there's a shortcut, upgrade system, please visit here. Okay, and it brings us to this uplink. So we need to click on this, and right here, BT link, we need to download this little software. It's right here, it says download. So you're gonna see that you're gonna have the software downloading over here. Then you have to open it up and install it. And as a result, you're gonna get this icon on your desktop, and you can open it up. Okay, and here you have two options. One is internet upgrade and other one is print. So let's check for the update. Okay, failed to request device info. Okay, all right, so as the instructions tell us, we're supposed to take the cable and press the OK button, which is, in our case, is enter. So I'm gonna press and hold the enter button, and I'm gonna plug the USB cable. All right, and it says verify that the scan tool screen indicates update mode, and that's what it tells us, update mode. After that, we can let go of the button and we can click check update. Okay, and says nothing to upgrade, the local device is already the latest, which is awesome. So, okay, and after that we can go to the print and we can say print, and there's nothing to print, so we need to, I don't think that we have anything. Maybe we need to unplug the unit and plug it normally, because right now it's in upgrade mode. So let's disconnect. Okay, and let's plug it in again. Okay, so now it's a normal mode. And let's see, if we go print, we can enter and tells us upload results, and we're gonna upload our results. Okay, and right here we can see our results, our latest. If we go and select down below and we upload the waveform, so we have waveform 1. Okay, and we can see that it uploaded right away, and we have this option to actually save the chart. Okay, let's go select the second option, the waveform. All right, and here's the second waveform, print. Let's see what is gonna print us. So now I'm just waiting for the printer All right. So in this particular case, what it printed us the results of a test. Okay, so I think that's all the possibilities. I'm not sure if this graph could be manipulated in any ways, because it shows us min voltage, max voltage, but I can't move anything. Actually, it appears that the graphs are not shown correctly. I can only see a small portion of the graph, but not the entire graph, which is very disappointing because that was one of the main selling features that I wanted. I hope they're gonna come up with a quick fix. So there are some other things that I haven't looked yet. What it is? So I can place some markers. Anyway, I'll have to look. Maybe it's gonna be another video when I get more familiar with this portion. But so far, I wanted to show you how this little device works and what are the capabilities of it. Thanks for watching, guys.